Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EJ Sports Podcast. It's your host, E, with my boy Jay here.
Yo, what's up?
And today we're going to be talking about John Cena's the new Intercontinental Champion, baby! Yeah! John Cena just defeated Dominic Mysterio to become Intercontinental Champion. I am happy, but also I'm sad. Dirty Dom lost the title. God damn it. Dirty Dom lost the title.
Well deserved, because now really well deserved. He did a good job, but John Cena actually deserved to have this title because he never actually had this title, the Intercontinental title. I'm happy that John Cena has this title. It's been a long time coming, and Dirty Dom, hopefully you win next time. It's not against John Cena, but we don't know. How if it's gonna be John Cena John Cena? How if it's Dominic in Saturday main event in December?
In my opinion, it's a horrible idea. I don't want to see it.
It could be for the title.
For me, this match, even though it wasn't a good match, I'll put it that much. It was okay. It was a good John Cena standard match. But it was the moment. Finally becoming a Grand Slam champion. Finally having the Intercontinental belt in his grasp. That is something that's historical. For the hometown Boston crowd, that was great for them. John Cena champion. Now, this Raw felt like a Raw 1000. Felt like the Raw after Mania. It felt so special. A lot of stuff happened on this Raw. Now, John Cena is finally Intercontinental Champion. What happens now with Dom and Rey? Because we talked about this before. That, in a way, most likely in San Diego, Dom versus Rey for the Mega Campeonato. In my opinion, that's an option. But, for something that might happen afterwards, it's a little spoiler, maybe triple threat at War Games, John, Dom, Rey. It could be an option. Again, it could be an option. But, we want to talk more about John, but we're going to skip that for a little bit, come back to it. Because, number 2, Rhea and Io are back. It looks like we have our women's War Games match. It is the baby faces of Charlotte and Alexis, and I never thought in 2025 I would call Charlotte a babyface. But she's basically now a babyface. And we have the returning of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, which, Nia again. Nia again.
She's gonna bosh for real in this War Games.
When we talk about, how much we don't like Becky because, it's a Triple H person, somebody who probably doesn't deserve to be, in the position that she is now.
This is another Triple H person, Nia Jax.
And it's very funny that it's, again, of the Samoan dynasty. But, you have Nia Jax and NXT's Lash Legend, which in my opinion, she was never a good wrestler at NXT. I always prefer, Soruka, Zarya, Jada Parker, even these other female wrestlers in NXT that were, in my opinion, much better than Lash Legend. But I'm guessing they're doing these sort of, we were enemies, now we're friends, but the heel side. And obviously, the new women's tag champs, the Kabuki Warriors, win it again. This sort of thing, in my opinion, this sets up the new War Games. I don't know if it was really worth it, or they really built it correctly. Because they have the whole Rhea and Io versus the Kabuki Warrior side. That's actually built correctly. But the other side, I have no build for it. In my opinion, there's zero build. So for me, this might be the worst War Games.
It's just filler. They just needed to find 2 extra wrestlers, and they just put it right there in the War Games.
Because I feel like if they would have done this on the man side, it would have felt the same because this feels kind of forced. And it's very sad because these female wrestlers are great wrestlers. Individually, I guess Lash Legend and Nia Jax, but everyone else, great wrestlers. But I feel like this is a very forced match. And the next thing, and we're going to we're going through Raw right now. Another big thing. Stephanie Baker retains against Raquel Rodriguez.
That one was the obvious one. Come on.
But the big thing happened. Nikki Bella is a heel again. Yeah.
She's good as a heel, but why another title? Why is she going for the title? Come on. She could just do single matches, but without going for the title.
See, Jay, I disagree. Because Nikki, as a heel champion, was the best version of Nikki. Her being a heel, her having that is again, WWE are really like when she first showed up, WWE were really like hampering her, putting her into this babyface role because she was returning. But we all know she has that attitude. She has that charisma as a heel. Letting her talk as like a mean heel. That is somebody that we need in this division because as credible threats in the, we could say the main event scene, there isn't any, at least heel wise, because you're not willing to push Roxanne Perez. You're not willing to push Raquel Rodriguez. Becky Lynch, as much as we don't really like Becky Lynch, she's in the Intercontinental scene. And then you have the Kabuki Warriors now in the tag team scene. So you had to create a new heel if you weren't going to push anybody else. And Nikki's the one. But, other than that.
Basically a part-timer. Nikki. She'll be there for maybe a month or two, and then afterwards she's going to disappear like a Brock Lesnar.
In my opinion, if she could put out great matches and great talk on the mic, I would take it.
She's just good at the mic, but as a wrestler, she's not that good.
See, I have the nostalgia of the Divas era, John. You got to think about it. The nostalgia in the Divas era, that's different, bro. Again, we know she ain't the best wrestler, but she brings out the Divas era moves. I don't mind it. But we're going with the next thing, a big thing. We have confirmed the winners of the two matches that were, announced. Damian Priest versus Rusev. Rusev beats Damian Priest, attacks the Bad Eye, which in my opinion is a great storytelling. Went after the Bad Eye, attacked him, hit him with the Mashta kick. 1, 2, 3. Rusev prevails. He goes forward again. Somebody who has history. Rusev wins. And the other side, Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura. As much as I like Sheamus, I think Shinsuke should have passed. I feel like this could have been a good moment for Shinsuke, but I'm guessing they're going with the history. Sheamus out of nowhere broad kick. Hits him 1, 2, 3. We now have 2 official winners, 2 official losers, but also announced. And again, my pick is in this announcement. Javon Evans versus my pick, Gunther. Gunther versus Javon Evans. In my opinion, that's going to be a banger. Javon versus Gunther. And then we have on the other side a surprise entrant.
It's going to be Edge.
I'm hearing rumors of Joe Hendry. I'm hearing rumors of Matt Cardona, formerly Zack Ryder. I'm hearing rumors in AAA. We're putting out La Parca out there. Hijo de Vikingo is going out there. In my opinion, all those are okay, but I prefer Edge. I prefer Christian. I prefer Jericho. People with history. I'd even care. Get Kurt Angle out there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people with history should be the people they should be looking at. But they're going against Solo Sikoa. Now, that match will only be good because of the returning person or the mystery person. That's having the whole intrigue of that. But whoever it is, I feel like they're gonna put out good matches. And the last thing we're gonna be talking about, in my opinion, is the last thing that was kind of really important when it comes to this Monday Night Raw. Logan Paul joins the Vision.
This is better. Better than Seth Rollins. Logan Paul, great fit. I promise you that. He's going to make this Vision era way better than Seth. I promise you that. Promise. And he will win the World Heavyweight Champion in WrestleMania.
I am telling you this. A lot of people did not believe me when I said Cody Rhodes could join this sort of War Games because of Logan Paul joining the Vision. On the heel side, we have Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. And on the face side, we have CM Punk, Jey Uso, No Yeet. No Yeet. And we have Cody Rhodes. Again, in my prediction, I said it was going to be all those people. And on the heel side, Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre. And on the face side, I said LA Knight with Roman Reigns or no LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. Now, it looks like my prediction is going to become true. We already have half the people already confirmed. Now, Jay, do you think that, who do you think is going to be the last person or the last two? We don't know if it's going to be 5 or 4 people. Because on the women's side, it looks like it's only going to be 4 people per. But if there is 5, who do you think is the last 2 on each side?
On the heel, I will say Mr. Drew. And probably, here's the twist. LA Knight
Joins the Vision?
Joins the heels, and then and then afterwards at the end, he will turn around and join CM Punk's team. Here's the twist. He will actually like switch sides to defeat the Vision.
Okay. And who would be in the face side?
I will say Mr. Roman Reigns. And I'm debating of 2. Number 1, Sami Zayn. Number 2, John Cena.
Now, I don't want to shut down your sort of dream, but I feel like that's horrible. Now, again, story-wise, I think it's not bad. The LA Knight situation. LA Knight's been being screwed over so many times. Maybe you gotta join them in order to beat them. Now, I feel like that's cool. But that sort of turning around right away, Now, at least for me, in my opinion. And when it comes to the other side, do you still add John if he's Intercontinental Champion? Because in my opinion, you're tying up 3 important titles into this War Games.
Well, look at this. If it's gonna be Rey Mysterio against Dominic, for the AAA, they could do that route and leave John Cena be in War Games.
That is true, and in my opinion, that's actually not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no pun intended, but I see the vision. But I feel like in this situation, we've already officially tied the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship into War Games. That's official.
It's fine. They already put those 2. They could put the Intercontinental Champion also in there.
But then what is left, in singles gold?
That's why you have the U.S., the tag team titles.
I said singles.
Oh, yeah. The U.S., what else? What else do they have? They could put the AAA title in War Games on a match in Survivor Series.
So you're telling me the other mid-card, which has not the same level of prestige as the Intercontinental Championship, and then the AAA title, that is not in AAA?
Correct.
See, that's the thing where I feel like, and again, we talked about the whole idea of who do you pick to be world champion. WWE now pigeonholed themselves again. You have your 2 top belts now in War Games. In your situation, you're putting John Cena. Now you put your third most important belt, and you're left with Ilya Dragunov, which is a great champion, but he has no feud. He has, we could say weekly television feud. Again, he's feuding with DIY. He's feuding with Fraxium. He's now feuding with, one of the Tongans when it comes to the MFTs. What do you do in this situation? Like, do you continue? Do you not? In my opinion, it's a good idea, but I don't trust WWE in order to fulfill that idea. But I feel like that's all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. Subscribe to our channel, give us a like, give us comments. I want to hear all your opinions. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.